My presentation was the impact of school lunches on childhood obesity. Before we get started, I have a student with me. She's going to help me a little bit, just so that they understand, we know what's going on. But childhood obesity. Percentage of obese children aged 6 to 11 in U.S. increased from 7% in 1980 to nearly 18% in 2012. Percentage of adolescents aged 12 to 19 who were obese increased from 5% to nearly 21%. Childhood obesity has reached epidemic levels according to the Center for Disease Control. Okay.
Effects of childhood obesity led to a pattern of unhealthy eating habits and sedentary lifestyles of children. Children are prone to develop diabetes, bones and joints problems, and other health issues. Many children suffer from psychological problems due to the lowest
self-esteem, and are being stigmatized by peers. School's role: provide a supportive environment with policies and practices that support healthy behaviors. Provide opportunities for students to learn about and practice healthy eating. Provide education on good nutrition and physical activity conducive to a healthy lifestyle. School's role: increase the availability of whole grain products and lower fat products for breakfast and lunch. Limit availability of high fat, high calorie foods and drinks for sale at school. Increase the availability of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and salads to students of all ages. Roadblocks to change. Students' willingness to change their eating habits has created waste. Politicians have spoken out against new school lunches due to the high cost of funding, amount of food offered to students, and based on recommended weekly caloric intake rather than daily recommendations. And sometimes lunches are overloaded with starches one day and heavy on fruits and vegetables the next. There's no consistency in the menus. People and areas impacted. Administrators, teachers, healthcare providers, counselors, and students all feel the influence of the rise in childhood obesity numbers. Administrators are responsible for reducing absenteeism and maintaining discipline. Both areas are influenced by the increase in childhood obesity. Now that we're talking about this part, this is where, as an administrator, comes in, because students get bullied when they're overweight, and then if they don't show up, we have to deal with that every day. Counselors are spending more time talking to students about issues related to isolation and low self-esteem. Teachers may have to adapt lessons for multiple presentations as students are absent due to illness. Healthcare providers are treating more cases of type 2 diabetes, bone and joint problems, cardiovascular issues, and other illnesses due to childhood obesity. School lunch personnel are under pressure to provide nutritious lunches that also taste good. Now, a committee, we got together as teachers, some faculty members, some students, and also people in the community, and we've talked about problems. Students will complete a survey about the foods eaten in the cafeteria and at home. Teachers will complete a survey to measure their impressions of the importance of school lunches in impacting childhood obesity. Child nutrition staff will complete a survey about what they have observed regarding student food choices and wasted food. Now, the results of that survey. Do you feel full after eating? And then we have our graph right here. The green over here is always. Then we have sometimes and never. You can tell most of the kids say sometimes. Do you like the food choices offered? And that depends on where you're coming from. It's always 32%, sometimes 41%, and never 27%. And I'm old-fashioned. I fit in that always. I'll eat school lunch every day of the week. Do you eat everything on your plate? 18% said always, 45% said sometimes, and then you have your 34 saying never. What kind of foods do you eat most at home? And 84% said junk food, such as fast food, chips, different things like that. 16% said your healthy foods, which is having stuff grilled. Is food better for you at home or at school? 64% of the students said at home, 32% said at school, and the rest did not answer. Adult perceptions. Students are more likely to finish meals containing fast food items, such as from McDonald's, Hardee's, or other places. Vegetables, especially those unfamiliar to students, are more often wasted by students. Students would rather share food with others than throw it away. Menu changes have been gradual over the last 5 years. No noticeable change in obesity levels of children have been observed. This is from the teacher survey. Alternative solutions involve school counselors and counseling students about nutrition and physical activity, offer parent workshops to educate families about the importance of healthy lifestyles, integrate lessons about food choices, nutrition, and healthy lifestyles throughout their curriculum, encourage faculty and staff to exhibit making healthy food choices. And that brings the conclusion of the school cafeteria and the impacts it has on our students today. Thank you.